All right. Ready?
Ready.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the newest episode of the 2021 NFL Mock Draft. Today, we're going to be talking all Giants today. Good news for my good friend George here. Big Giants fan. Say hi to the world, George.
Hello.
So yeah, pretty much. We're gonna have a few guests this week, but today it is going to start off with the Giants. George, happy late Easter. How did it go yesterday? Anything fun?
Just drinking. I gave up drinking for Lent, so I was able to drink again. So it was fun.
Perfect. There you go. So yeah, I mean, you've seen the show. Everybody's seen the show, so you know what it is. We did it with another friend. That's I know what people are going to think. I have a lot of friends named George. Yes, yes, I do, and that's okay. That's okay. It's easy to keep track of, so very easy. So, but yeah, it's just very simple. We're just going to go through your draft picks. We're going to go through your season, everything, and then at the end of the show, we'll reveal who we think the Giants are going to take at number 11. So, you ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alrighty, George, let's get to it. So, let's start with your 2020 draft. Giants fan, what letter grade would you give your whole draft class?
I say like a B plus, A minus, probably.
Okay. Anybody in particular stood out to you the most, more than others?
Um. Well, Andrew Thomas, I feel like he had a pretty good, solid year for a rookie.
Yeah.
And then Xavier McKinney, even though he broke his foot in preseason in the beginning, he came back and he was really good for us.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. I mean, those were the first two picks. Andrew Thomas, obviously, he went number 4, and for good reason. He was a very good lineman in Georgia, and now it's just really trying to figure out where you're going to put him on the line. But I mean, it's a lot of improvement. I mean, compared to other years the Giants had, he's a
Oh,
big improvement. And then second round, you guys had Xavier McKinney, the safety out of Alabama. You mentioned he kind of had a little bit of a broken foot in the beginning of the year, but he came back
yeah.
strong. So I mean, when you always hit your first two, I mean, kind of has to feel good as a fan. And then your third rounder, going back to the O line, you guys did Matt Peart or Peart, however you say his name, that guy from Connecticut. What'd you think of him? Good, bad, good depth at this point?
Well, I don't really. It's good depth. I don't really remember watching him play or anything like that. But yeah.
Now this guy, I'm kind of interested to see what you're going to say. Darnay Holmes, the corner out of UCLA.
I like them. I like them a lot.
Yeah, that's what I hear a lot of Giant fans saying. Like they really like this Holmes guy. Like he's really good from what I heard. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we got to play the NFC East this year, so hopefully I get to see him play by the time. So hopefully we'll see what happens. Now this was probably my favorite pick out of your guys' whole draft was the Shane Lemieux pick, the offensive guard out of Oregon.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be a starter, but apparently he kind of mixed reviews around Giants fans everywhere. Good, bad, in between.
I like them. I think that's the guy that was sharing snaps at the end with Will Hernandez. I think.
At the end of it, yeah. At the end of it, he was kind of like,
Will went on COVID.
yeah,
He stepped in.
yeah,
Yeah, I like them.
yeah. And then you guys went heavy though on your last 4 to 5 were linebackers. So I mean, emphasis on your team was you guys needed some linebacker help. Apparently, I guess that was the emphasis on the team because you went Cameron Brown, Carter Coughlin, T.J. Drunson, Tay Crowder, linebacker, 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 linebacker. So
And
I'm assuming linebacker was a huge need for the Giants.
yeah, then we also signed Blake Martinez that offseason.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of thinking. I think I know what the Giants are putting emphasis on:
Yeah,
linebackers.
yeah,
I mean,
we had like good linebackers too. And well, I never thought they were any good. So
but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, so because that's what I kind of hear like from Giants fans. It's like they love the draft. It's either they loved it enough to where they have hope for the future, or they loved it enough to where it's good building blocks to start building the team back to kind of like, dominating when you guys were winning Super Bowls just not that long ago.
Yeah, we just need like that edge rusher,
Yeah.
Like,
And then it was also the first year, Joe Judge. Your impressions? I mean, I know it is. I know it's not the season the Giants fan wanted, but honestly, 6-10, you guys almost won the division. How do you feel about them? Because I like them.
I
It's
don't know.
just, I guess,
I think we found the guy that we needed, but
you know,
yeah,
it's just you got to build up on it and everything, and it's hard. It's really hard because I mean, not for nothing, you guys had the number 9 defense. That's pretty
yeah,
impressive. The problem was you had the 31st ranked offense, and there's only 32
yeah.
teams, so there's
No,
only one team worse than you offensively.
I came
And
in our defense was going to be the worst part of last year.
that's what you thought last year. You thought it was
Yeah,
going to be flipped.
yeah, and then our offense was going to be good. I thought, well, we got what's it called, Jason Garrett as offensive coordinator. We got what's it called, Saquon, and then yeah, I was
Yeah,
surprised
that.
the defense did that good.
Well, I mean, it sucks because like everybody's going to remember the 2020 season for the Giants of the Daniel Jones kind of just falling. I mean, I think that's everybody's favorite clip of the Giants from last year was all that grass, and you're telling me like
Well, he ran faster than Lamar Jackson. So,
yeah, I will give him that. I will give him that. I think that was too much speed for him to handle, and I think that's why he lost his balance. I don't think he would. I don't think he was able to handle that. And then you pretty much mentioned him already, Saquon Barkley. Is this starting to become a concern to Giants fans that hey, maybe he's not the 3 down running back that you guys envisioned him to be after his rookie year?
nah, it's just I think it was just a misfortune
You think it's
event.
because I mean back to back year because his rookie year was amazing. His
Yes,
rookie year was great. Second year, obviously the the ACL, and then this year again he's out again.
brain and then the ACL.
Yeah, and is it starting like for me? I would feel that for Giants fans everywhere, it's going to start becoming in the back of their heads like a little bit of a concern that can Saquon stay healthy? Do we have to go running back high in the draft again? Is he the workhorse or is he going to be splitting carries? All that stuff. I mean, how do you feel about it? Do you think the Giants should go high on running back, or you think they should just give him one more showdown?
I think he could use the help. Going back when we used to have what's it called, what's it called,
The
Bradshaw,
1-2, yeah,
the 1-2 punch,
the 1-2 punch combo, yeah.
where you get that 1-2 combo. I think it's kind of too much for him by himself.
It's tough because ACLs. I mean, especially the same one. It's gonna be a little concerning heading into the rest of the year where it's like, well, we got to remember he just got off an ACL for the second year in a row, and it's just like I don't know, man. Like
I saw a video today on Instagram on him. He looks good.
he looks ready to go.
He looks ready to go. I think there was only a 10% chance that he'll get setbacks, the doctor said. So I think he'll be back to normal.
I mean, that's always the good news. I'm sure every Giants fan is relieved to hear that at least relieved. So you guys went 6-10, and that's okay because of the division that you guys were in. It was good enough to be competitive in the NFC East. I mean, what's up with that division? Why is it so historically bad right now? Like what happened? Like what's going on in the NFC East? Because it seems for like the last few years now, it's like, oh, if you win 7 to 9 games, you're pretty much in.
Now, I don't know. It's just, I guess last year it was a tough schedule for the NFC East too.
Yeah, all around for everybody. Yeah, it was tough. It was really tough.
Schedule. So, but there are some games where the Giants should have won, and then 2 games where Evan Ingram dropped 2 balls. So
I mean, it's just the misfortune of like and that's what every I guess fan base says. Like, man, a couple shots this way, we could have won these games. It's like, well, yeah, but on the flip side, a couple of shots their way, they would have won the game. So I mean, it's just I guess it is what it is what I always say. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Nothing we can do,
I feel we started great, like not great, but like good, because the way that the Steelers started, and we had our first game versus the Steelers, we played pretty good. And then Saquon goes out.
Yeah, but yeah, that was tough. That was tough to watch again because I love watching Saquon play, and it's just like I watched him at Penn, and then I saw him the first year with the Giants. I'm like, man, this kid's gonna be something for a very long time, and then it's like, well, shit. Now it's back-to-back injuries, season-ending injuries, and it's just like, well, what else? What else does he got to do? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, then for the Giants, it's like what, 3rd year in a row with a new head coach.
I mean, we know Joe Judge is coming back, but it was just after the Tom Coughlin era, it was kind of like
the team lost its identity after Tom Coughlin left.
Yeah, I mean, and it happens, it's just it happens. It's just we can all agree the Tom Coughlin era at the very end of it, it just wasn't working no more. I mean, that was it. It was time for a new direction. It was time for everything. It was just time for new everything. And then sure enough, Eli retired. So now Daniel Jones takes over. As a Giants fan, because I asked my friends this who are other Giants fans, do you love him? Do you like him? Or do you wish to get rid of him?
I like him. I think right now he's a slightly more athletic Eli.
Okay. Because, there's Giant fans that would trade him away for a pack of cigarettes and a cheese sandwich. I mean, I mean, what is it? Like, what is it? Is it just because it's New York and that they expect the winner every single time? Is it just that harsh of a fan base or the media that's just like, what is it? Because I think he looked okay. I mean, trying to replace Eli Manning, who won 2 Super Bowls, that's not a very easy thing to do. I mean, that is not an easy, those are not easy shoes to fill. You know what I mean?
And then Eli didn't really had the great beginning either. So.
Oh, he really did. Yeah, I remember those years. I remember the first couple Eli years. That was kind of like, ooh, like yikes.
Yeah.
It was just rough, but. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I talk to Giants fans and I read the reports and all this about Daniel Jones. It's like some people love him. Some people think he's okay. Some people think that, they should trade him for like a 7th rounder. And I'm like, well, what is up with this? What's like, I don't understand. I don't understand I guess the separation of the fans. It's like, well, what is it? Is he really that bad of a thrower? Is he really that bad of a quarterback? Is he not the expectations that a lot of people had? What is it? I don't get it.
He was a 6 pick, and everybody shook their head when they saw.
Well, I remember the selection. I mean, I remember vividly the selection, and then I saw a video of the draft reaction. I guess one guy threw a beer bottle at his TV, something like that, and I'm just like, "Hey, my guy, at least."
This is last year. I'm not. What's it called? I don't want to give up on him. I think this is the make or break deal for him.
This is it. This is kind of the make or break for everybody.
For Daniel Jones, yeah. Because if you liked him, you could put up excuses. But coming into his 3rd year,
you expect something. Now, what if you guys finish? Now, this is a real possibility, and I always tell everybody this: if you guys finish 8-8, but you see a mass majority improvement of Daniel Jones. Would you be okay with that?
Well, first of all, we can't finish 8-8. They added.
Oh, that's right. What if you guys finish 9-8? That's right. That 17th game, I'm telling you, it is still not implemented in my brain because I have no idea how the fuck that is gonna happen. I have no idea.
And then I was like, "What the fuck? We're playing Miami in Week 17. What the fuck is that?
Like, what's going on? I don't get it. I don't get it. But if you guys, let's say, finish 9-8. But you see the improvement. You guys missed the playoff by a game. Do you think he stays, or does it have to be playoffs?
I think it has to be a winning season. It just can't be 9-8. We at least
So
need
it
like
has to be. So it has to be 10-7. If it's
10.
10-7, and you guys are good.
Yeah.
So anything above, just a little bit over 500, you guys will be fine, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta make the playoffs because it's been a while now, and at the end of this season, I was excited thinking we were gonna make it.
I mean, well, you, Washington, Philadelphia, hell, even Dallas up until week 15 thought they had a shot, and they were like 3-10 or something like that at that point.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a bad year overall for the NFC. Like that division was just a tough year for everybody in there. So I mean, nothing bad. It's just it is what it is. So
like it's not just the NFC East, but like the AFC West. You take out the Chiefs, and then it pretty much mimics the NFC East.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that was.
So it was like the Chiefs dominated. Like if there was one team that just dominated the NFC East that was good, nobody will be trashing the NFC East.
Yeah, no, but it's just the problem was it was just all across the board. It was like, well, I mean, and the funny thing is, it's like everybody had a shot to win that division at one point. Like everybody had a shot to win that division, and I'm just like, how the whatever, man. It happens. It happens. So new year, new toys. However, along with that, you guys lost some pretty big names. You guys lost some pretty big names in free agency. Kevin Cedar, he's now going to Baltimore. Now, this one, I cannot believe it happened. Dalvin Tomlinson, he's going to Minnesota now.
Yeah, that one hurts.
What happened? Why was a deal not made in place? I figured this dude, Leonard Williams, together for the next 7 years, you got your D line ready to go.
Yeah.
What happened? What do you think happened? Do you think it was just too much money, or do you think it was just way out of reach at this point?
I think too much money, because we did end up signing.
You did end up signing Williams, Leonard Williams. You did sign him.
Holiday, and then the cornerback
was
from Tennessee.
Yeah. I mean, I just figured I'm thinking, well, why not get both? I mean, why does it have to be one or the other? Just do both. Give them a fair deal and just let them work out their problems, you know?
I wanted to be a Giant, so I don't know what happened there.
I mean, well, I'll tell you what happened. Minnesota called and said, hey, do you want this money or not? That's what happened. I mean, it's just that one. I thought for sure he was not leaving. I was kind of like, I don't think he's leaving. There's no way. There's no way. He's just too good for the Giants to walk. Especially when a player like that, when they walk away, it's like it hurts because it's like we know he's good and he's been killing it since he entered the league, and we get nothing for him. Those are the ones that hurt. At least, when people look at me like, haha, you traded Khalil Mack, it's like, yeah, but at least we got first rounders out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like at least we got some picks at the time when he was younger, and it's like, okay, cool. But I was just shocked. Kyler Fackrell, he's now a Charger. Colt McCoy is now a Cardinal, and David Mayo is now heading to Washington. However, I was looking at it. You guys had some pretty good free agency hauls there. You guys got some pretty nice names. Kenny Golladay from the Lions. I thought that was great. I thought that was a great pickup. I'm like, oh, well.
That solves a good receiver, too.
I mean, that solves all your number one problems now. So, I mean,
that's why.
Now with him, Ingram, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, it's like, oh, well, that solves your wide receiver problems right there. Adoree Jackson, he's coming to town now. Kyle Rudolph, a good mentor to Ingram to kind of really, get him in shape, get him in the right mindset. And we talked about this earlier. Devontae Booker, who I think is going to be a good backup to Saquon.
Yeah.
Take it from me. I saw him play last year behind Jacobs. Amazing. Saquon will kill him, and Devontae Booker would bury him. That's all it is. That's yeah. He's a really good piece. John Ross, another wide receiver.
Yeah.
So really,
John Ross is super fast.
I mean, so really, you guys did everything you could to try to get better offensively. You know what I mean? Yeah. Golladay, Kyle Rudolph, Mike Glennon is now going to be the backup to Daniel Jones. Zach Fulton is going to be your guard. And then you got Colin Gillespie from Houston, the fullback. So really what it is now, the Giants did everything in their power to get better offensively, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, because for the first time, it looks like the Giants finally have a solid offensive line. It's not the best, but it's obviously not the worst, you know?
It's young, too, so it's improving.
I mean, other than who? Nate Sauter? I mean, they're still fine. It's still good. Yeah. Your wide receiver room now is amazing. Running back depth is there. You got your quarterback. You got your wide receivers now. You got a veteran tight end to help Ingram. And that's the thing about Kyle Rudolph. He's going to be such a great red zone weapon.
Yes.
You know, that, you know, who are you going to block? Ingram or Rudolph? And it's such a great, you know, red zone thought that it's like, oh, well, this is going to work out perfectly for Daniel Jones. So now he has 2 security blankets in the end zone. So really what it comes down to is, well, where do you go from here if you're the Giants? Because on paper, it looks like they're ready to go now. Like they're ready to win right now.
Yeah, I always thought the Giants always had a pretty good team, but I don't know if that's just because I'm a fan or.
Well, because it looks good on paper. Like, you know, it looks good when you read the depth chart on the internet and you're like, hey, this is not a bad squad. But then whether it's injuries or it doesn't work out, it's just like, what the hell, man? Like, what the hell? Because you would think they would be way better than 31st. And I did not think their defense was number 9. Like, I was shocked when I saw 9th best defense. I'm like, am I reading this right? Is this for real?
I feel like they assembled defense like last year. Like they assembled it from free agency. Like they just grab random.
They just like, hey, you're coming here, you come over here. All right, we're good. Let's do this.
Players just to fill in the spots, and it worked out.
I mean, and that's what you can hope for the wide receiver or for the offensive weapons that you picked up this year, that they just come in and it's like, hey, it worked out. Perfect. So here we go, George. Here we go. It is prediction time. So, George, with the 11th pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, who do you believe the Giants are going to take with pick number 11?
I think we're going to go with the offensive lineman, Rashawn Slater.
All righty. Rashawn Slater from Northwestern, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not bad. I like it. Back-to-back all linemen? Back-to-back?
Yeah.
He's good. I like his game because you can put him anywhere. Tackle, guard. Hell, he'll even do center.
Yeah,
you know, like
right and left tackle. So,
I mean, you can't go wrong with anywhere you put him. You know what I mean? He's just an athletic freak of nature, is what he is. You know.
Yeah. At first, I thought they were gonna go after what's it called, a wide receiver or tight end Pitts. But then once I saw how the offseason ended with the free agency, then I don't think they're targeting a wide receiver or a tight end.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely blustered that that wide receiver room. I mean, just Kenny Golladay, John Ross. You already had Slayton and Shepard there. It's like, I mean, if you were to draft a wide receiver, I mean, in the first round, really, where is he going to get his snaps? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So so that's why I'm thinking they're going with the offensive lineman.
You know what? I was going back and forth with this pick because I thought, all right, well, you know what? I know offensive linemen can always help the Giants. I know that right now, especially with the way the Giants, with them losing Selter, I figured that could help. But I think Zach Fulton coming in is going to be a good veteran presence. And I don't think offensive lineman is such a need for the Giants. And if it is such a deep draft for offensive linemen that you can wait till probably round 2 to kind of get one. So I actually want another round. So we talked about the linebackers. You have Blake Martinez. You got Lorenzo Carter, who's like a stud pass rusher. You also have the other linebacker. I'm trying to remember now. Oh, well, you got Reggie Ragland now coming from the Lions. So him and Blake Martinez are going to be in the middle. And, you did sign Ifeadi Odenigbo, the linebacker defensive end from Minnesota. But I already kind of feel like he's a little bit, not old, but I think his best years have already passed him by, and he's just a solid depth player.
Yeah.
I know defense was not a need for you guys, but I figured why not, and we mentioned it earlier, why not get you another pass rusher? You got Williams, you got Lorenzo Carter, you got Blake Martinez there. Why not add another piece to the pass rushers to really make it that giant defense football? So I went linebacker for you guys. I'm if it was up to me, if I was a general manager, and if my draft boards from all the other picks went the way they went, I'm actually going to take a linebacker for you guys.
All right.
I'm going to take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the linebacker from Notre Dame. Because why not? Why not? I mean, look, I understand. Is there some concern about his height? Yeah, he's 6'1", and he's 220 pounds. Is that an ideal linebacker in today's NFL? No. However, I like him. I think he's gonna do a lot better than what people kind of anticipate. Because I think a lot of people are just kind of writing him off because of his height, and I don't know, can he handle the mean blocks from the outside and all that stuff? Can he hold up his, everything? I'm like, look, it doesn't matter about the height, all right? That's the one thing I never worry about. The height, the weight, it's like, can you just play? Can you just play football? And I think this guy knows how to play football. You don't win the Buckus Award for being a slouch. That's the best linebacker award in the nation, and he won that. All-American, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, first team All-ACC, all in 2020. I just think with the 3-4, I think it's actually going to help him expand, and it's going to show off his speed because you already got Leonard there. You already have another lineman there, and then you got Lorenzo Carter coming off one edge. You're going to have to, if you're the NFC East, which is, by the way, as a unit as a whole, offensive line from division to division, really not the best offensive linemen. Even Dallas now is starting to feel the pain because of their injuries on the offensive line.
Yeah.
I just think if you get this guy, you help out your defense just a little bit more. Might cause for more turnovers and more stops and getting the ball into Daniel Jones's hands just a little bit more. That's what I believe. I believe because this guy knows how to get to the ball. Interceptions, forced fumbles, pass deflections, sacks. This dude is the all-around athlete at linebacker. I get it. 6'1", not ideal. But I think if he were to go to the Giants, I think he would help. He would help the defense out day one. He would take some pressure off Leonard Williams and Lorenzo Carter and Blake Martinez to where now it's like, well, we got 4 guys now. So remember, there's only 5 offensive linemen. Somebody's going to have to be double teamed. So somebody's going to get free.
Yeah, when you said lineman, I thought you were going to say, what's it called, linebacker. I thought you were going to say Micah Parsons from Penn State.
No, I have him going earlier. I actually have him going 4 to Atlanta. Yeah, a lot of people think Atlanta's going to go quarterback. I don't think so. I don't think there's a quarterback Atlanta's going to like, and I think that they need leadership on the defensive side. I'm going to go with Mika at 4 to Atlanta, but I think for the Giants, I think Owusu would be great. I think he would be a great fit.
Well, the owner, Mara already said that they filled up their main board, so they're just going to go whatever more talented.
And that's what I'm thinking. I think it's like if you're going to take a linebacker, obviously If Mika Parsons there at 11, hey, that's all fine and dandy for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I don't see
You
him
know,
falling. It would put it this way. It would shock me if he left out of the top 10. You know what I mean? Because it's just he's such a good player. It's like no, somebody's gonna jump on him, and he's not gonna be there. Now Jeremiah, he'll be there at 11, and if he's there, I can already see it. Carter, Blake Martinez, Reggie Ragland, and now this guy. That's a good linebacking core. Like, what more do you want at linebacker? You know what I mean? You got your athlete, you got your pass rusher, you got your communicator, and then you got your run stopper. Those are your linebackers. Go have fun. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. And if I'm the defensive coordinator of the Giants, why would I not want that? Why would I not want 4 good, decent linebackers behind my 3 defensive linemen? You know? So for me, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if I'm the Giants, I would just go linebacker. Just get the best pass rusher right there. Get an athlete like Jeremiah. Help your defense a little bit more, but create enough turnovers for the defense to get your offense the ball with more time. That's my thinking. Now, Rashawn Slater, I actually have him going to Carolina in my mock draft. So he already went at number 8. So that's why I was like, well, I don't think so. I think, especially now with Carolina trading away or Carolina trading the Jets with the Jets for Sam Darnold, I think it's like, okay, now we got to use our first rounder as for alignment now. So obviously quarterback is not in their play for the Panthers. So I think it's going to be lineman now. Yeah, I think that just shows you what the draft is going to be shaped up to be now. The first 3 picks are now going to be quarterback. That's for sure. After that, it's really, the draft now starts at number 4 with Atlanta. That's where the draft really starts. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, yeah, I like it. I like the Rashawn Slater pick. I mean, if he were to go to the Giants, shit, give Daniel Jones just a little bit more protection, give him time, release some pressure on Saquon Barkley, and have at it. Have at it. I mean, that'd be great too. You can't go wrong with either or at this point at 11. That's a great pick. So I liked it. Let's see here. We do have a comment. Let's see. I think right here. Give me one quick second. Rashawn Slater not going to be there at 8 or not going to be there at 11. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. All right, here we go. Some people last year already had Joe Judge kind of like on the hot seat for not winning a lot. Do you feel like he's on the hot seat?
Oh, yeah, because you got to improve. You got to show improvement. If you don't show improvement.
But I mean, some people were already talking about like firing him after 1 year. I mean, that was like tough to hear. That I'm just like, really? This guy's first year and very competitive football team, and you guys already want to let him go? Is it? What do you? I mean,
fire Jason Garrett.
Probably Jason Garrett.
His ass.
Yeah, that was terrible. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, he's stuck with you guys for another year, so I don't expect him to go anywhere. But yeah, other than that, I mean, George, this was a lot of fun. I want to thank you for coming on. I know. Let's see here. I know you guys. Our team's got to play each other this year, so hopefully we get to watch the game together. Okay, my man.
All right, for sure.
All right, George. You take care of yourself. Say bye to the world. This was George. Everybody, huge Giants fan. Loved him having on the show. Tomorrow, cover your ears, George. We got my buddy Tortuga, Eagles fan. He's going to be joining us tomorrow. He'll be joining us. So I'm sure George loved that right now. But other than that, like I said, a lot of guests this week. So we're going to do everything in our power to make sure everything runs smoothly and we are good to go. So other than that, George, I will see you on the next time. All right, man?
That's good.
All right. Take care, brother.
All right.